don't even know if I should promote this one. I mean, I'm pretty sure that I have a bot that will anyway. I actually don't know if it works. Like, it usually doesn't. Anyway. No one's gonna watch this. But what this is Plants vs. Zombie is a game where you can go I will just give context. That is more effective and fun. Basically, I saw a clip compilation on YouTube that was just Plants vs. Zombies 1 clips, where, like, some random thing would happen, and, you know, obviously the person playing it would have a funny reaction, but, like, it was exclusively speedrun clips, and I realized, like, oh, this is, like, just absurdly obscure mechanics being at play here. Or not even, like, that obscure, but just, like, incredibly weird things. Like, you'd never see anyone have such a reaction to the exact spawn location of a zombie. Sometimes you'll, like, or just, you know, them feeling extremely lucky because a zombie got, like, a mower got activated at like, the same time that a guard spawned in that exact lane, and it's like, oh, that's, like, you know, I just killed a guard. Super easily. Or for free, I mean, that's, like, just how the speedruns go. I have no idea what the world record is. I have no idea what an achievable record is. I just feel like trying. That's not what I meant to write. Speedrun. I always call it a speedrun. Speedrun. What? Actually, do I want to promote that? No. No, I do not. I don't care. Good enough. But I had to set up whatchamacallit, live split in the leftover here so that I could have a speedrun going like this, and I can stop it, reset it. It's asking me if I want to update my best, because I just beat my best times. I have to tab out because of that. That's very annoying. I don't think LiveSplit realizes that the times are not real. Actually, is there a way for me to just skip past this? Okay. No, I have to tab out of the game to click no. Alright. Hello, Sticks Art. How are you? I forgot to, like, check the stream through the Twitch manager. Stream manager. There we go. I feel like I at what point do I even start the timer? You know, I'll just start it the moment I click start adventure. I'm not going to submit this for an actual thing, so it doesn't matter if it's authentic. I'm good, how about you? I'm good. I'm not even... This stream is not to be, like, even less seriously than every other stream I do. This is not real. This is a fake stream. Is there a way to skip this? Probably not. This is not a speedrun strat, by the way. I don't know what speedrun strats are. which I know might seem out of character considering my most recent video. You can't even fathom a PvZ speed. Well, I'm already behind on time. Basically, this is... Okay. Hello, Usas... I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm sorry. Okay, I actually can explain it. So, this is a mechanic that I honestly frequently forget is, like, not that well known. But, when the amount of, like, total health in a zombie wave goes to half or below, the next one spawns almost immediately. So the game goes faster. Like, a lot faster. So if you just, like, if there's a wave of zombies that's, like, 3 brown coats and 1 bucket head, and I just put a chomper all the way to the right that just instantly kills the bucket head, the next wave will instantly spawn it. That is what the entire speedruns are built on. Honestly, this would probably be more fun as a New Game Plus, but I don't have an easy way to immediately do a New Game Plus, and I honestly only just now realized how much of a mistake this is because of the fact that my hand coordination is terrible. I'm using both hands on my mouse right now because I'm left-handed. Yeah, no, spawn camp the zombies. Literally, that's it. Not just spawn camp the zombies, but, like, just by whatever means necessary. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing here. I think I already messed up by putting the pea shoot. No. Okay, so the vehicle outside does not need to be that loud. But I'm pretty sure this is already, like, a terrible run. Yeah, I really hope that Replanted ends up doing well. Oh, I'm sorry about the ads. Want to break from the ads? I have not tried the DLC update yet. I will get around to it soon. I don't think I was supposed to plant that sunflower. I did not look up a tutorial. I did look up a tutorial. I just didn't watch it. I did not actually watch a tutorial on how to speedrun Plant vs. Zombie. Because I just... I randomly just got the ADHD, possibly autism urge to speedrun Plants vs. Zombies and to stream it, because what's the point in speedrunning if no one is watching? I should have just planted it down sooner, but I thought maybe there would be a better use for it. This is already, like, super slow, by the way, and I don't even plan on speedrunning the whole game. This is like a test stream. Also, hi 12 times 12 times 12. Hi, OKJ, however I pronounce it. I just got raided. Thank you. Hang on, sorry, who is that? Monado? Thank you. Gamer King streaming? I didn't know that. Actually, I did. I just forgot. You saw me open the game on Steam? That's right. I'm not gonna lie. I, like, frequently forget who is and isn't friended to me. I really, really hope Replanted ends up being good. I think it might actually be the play to intentionally... I am not doing the thing that you are doing, Swedish. Hi, Swedish. That... Okay. Oh, wait, no, I did not get raided. I was looking at an old notification, and I confused it for a new one. Okay, I genuinely thought that I just got raided. Okay. Swedish? Let me explain. A few days ago, I watched a clip compilation of PvZ1 speedrunning. I was like, oh, that looks cool. So I had the incredibly brilliant idea of, without even having the patience to properly look up every strategy, and just go in with the knowledge that, the bare bones knowledge that I have. And by bare bones, I mean I do understand the main mechanic that every speedrunner uses. I could have cherry... Oh, this is bad. No! Okay. I don't think I want to cherry bomb that. I'm just going to pea shooter that. I didn't look up, like, a proper, here's what you do on this level, here's what spawns on this level. I'm just like, okay, I know how the game works very well. I'm just going to go with that. I am not a speedrunner knowledge person. I don't even know if I'll do an full any percent run in this stream. I just got bored. This stream is not a stream of great fascination. This is a stream that I am doing because I was bored. And wait, no, actually, some amount of fascination. And I'm not gonna lie, I definitely would have been better off, saving the cherry bomb for right now. Yeah, I know the 50% rule, I know the chomper spam. That's the important stuff. I definitely should have put that pea shooter down here. But yeah, don't, just because there's a timer in the top left, or I guess middle left, you know what I mean, doesn't mean I'm good or know what I'm doing. I spent way longer than I should have setting that up. Thank you, StixArt1. Hello, Albummammon12? I hope I pronounced that right. How are you? I'm doing good, Swedish, by the way. How are you? Oh, right, there's that whole thing with how, like, I can do a lot of things faster up at the top than at the bottom, because I have terrible coordination with my hand. I am using my left hand, even though I always use my mouse on my right hand, simply because I am left-handed, which means that despite the fact that you would think after years of mostly using my right hand for a mouse, I would, like, you know, be better with my right hand with the mouse, but no. Apparently, writing, which is something I don't even do that relatively often. I'm explaining this wrong. Apparently, somehow my dexterity is still significantly better in my left hand, despite that. Which, to be fair, I do use my left hand for literally everything else. See, in this situation, I'm not sure if it would have been possible, but if that zombie spawned in the same lane, that would have been ideal. There's a reason why I have speedrun in quotation marks. I just realized that this stream is definitely tagged as PvZ2. Because the last stream was PvZ2 and I didn't bother fixing it. Ooh, that's 2 zombies in 1 lane. Terrible use of that. Actually, hang on. By the way, to those who haven't seen Swedish Dwarf's video, go watch it. It's very good. He did all of Plants vs. Zombie in one stream, 100%, not one stream. Actually, I guess it technically, yeah. 24 hours or less. Thank you for the follow. Did not realize that that graphic is layered wrong. I actually don't know who just followed. I'll check soon. But thank you. Oh shoot, what do I do about the cone head? This bad RNG, that's another thing. Oh! Okay, so that's probably Gamer King. Oh, it was Swedish Dwarf, thank you. It was Gamer King, I guessed right. Hi Gamer King, how are you? What if I, like, put this down ahead of time? I'm gonna make up my own strategies on the spot, chat. This is gonna... Gamer King raid. Thank you, Gamer King. How are you? How... I'm doing pretty good. I don't know why I'm doing this. Thanks for the raid, by the way. Raid, Shadow Legends. Oh, right, yeah, the DLC mod update. I mean, someone else already mentioned that. I really should, get around to doing that. I just sort of didn't. I almost started reading. Yeah, it's a very rare appearance, Swedish Dwarf. Hi, Gumba Games, how are you? I don't know the strat for this at all. I know that they do, like, a thing where they will use some zombies as an anchor. I don't... Does the 50% rule apply to Walnut Bowling? I think it might not. It might be an exception, I'm really not sure. If you go upward, please... Okay. I did not remember the trajectory properly. If you go downward... Alright, you know what, that also works. Just throw bowling balls. Walnut. Maybe the 50% rule does apply. Someone, chat, look it up. Does the 50% rule apply to Walnut Bowling? It does? Okay, then never mind. Okay, I shouldn't have bombed that part then. Surprised you aren't using DLC mod? Well, then it wouldn't be an authentic speedrun of the hit game Plants vs. Zombies, now would it? You know, because this is a very authentic run. Well, now I'm curious about that one guy I was watching who was, like, deliberately letting a zombie like this one be alive for the sake of, using it as an anchor. And by anchor, I mean, like that. You know, because then I wouldn't be able to get that cool combo. I'm just gonna throw this. That was, again, a bad idea. A PvZ DLC speedrun would be interesting, actually. I mean, oh, what do I do about this? I need an Explodo. This is, like, the worst situation to not have. I should have saved the explosive one, I guess. Upward. This is so bad. You know, I think that one clip I was thinking of was from Walnut Bowling 2. I think it was a 100% run, not an any percent run. I think that was where my mistake was. I'm not gonna lie, I'm surprised to have more than 2 viewers on this. Because of how terrible this is. Oh, right, I don't have Potato Mine up at the start. It's actually a pretty good time for me to try to practice my precision. I don't know if that was the right spot. If it wasn't, then I'm losing it. You have a god timer for starting to stream. That's good. Please. Yes! That was nice timing. It was not intentional, by the way. It would honestly, I decided to do this stream less than 5 minutes before I started it. I'm like keeping a super close eye on top lane, because if something spawns there, I want to immediately potato mine it. That needs to be potato mined now. Might be worth walnutting top lane, because I want to like make sure most of my damage is in one. I should have had a pea shooter there for the 50% rule, but it's too late now. I'm stupid. What I should be doing is putting down pea shooters early. I shouldn't be waiting. Because of the cooldown. Like, I keep on just saving my son, and that doesn't even make sense to save my son. Are you a Mario character? I mean, kinda. Based off of Mario, yeah. Hello, Sean? Scene? I don't know. How are you? Please let that kill him. Pog. I'm very obsessed with Paper Mario. Sorry, it is so hard to keep up with the chat while speedrunning. You're taking too long. Hello, Dio. Hello. I should have removed that walnut, like, sooner. I only had it there in case a zombie spawned in before the potato mine could arm. Okay, so Cherry Bomb is not up yet, and that's bad. So I did kind of just blow up the lanes that had the most pea shooters. Hello, it's me, Sonic Fan 2K. I have not been here in a while, but I changed my username in PSP from that. Hello, Melky Meowth. How are you? Oh, shoot. Yeah. It is Baba. It is based off of Baba. I'm pretty sure Snow Pea is completely useless. I do remember the Sonic Mania streams. How is this one of my most viewed streams? Okay, you know what? That's fine. I, like, can't read all of chat right now, because I can't scroll up. Like, I can see it. What's your Mario Kart Racer guy? Like, you mean, like, what's my main? I play a lot of... If King Babam was in the games, then it would be King Babam. But as of right now, I tend to play a lot of, like, Bowser Jr. DLC mod is the real replanted. I mean, they're two very different things, but yeah, DLC mod is very, very good. Not trying to underplay that at all. Okay, I don't know how to make it work into this, because like I said, I didn't even bother actually looking anything up. Well, I did, I just didn't watch the video or read anything. But I did see that oftentimes people would, like, intentionally have a zombie reach a lawnmower so that you can kill a bunch of zombies at once for basically free. The issue is, to do that requires that I let a zombie live for an extended period of time and then get lucky enough that other zombies spawn behind it. Without that, like, messing with the 50% rule. You know what? This is a good time to try it. I don't think it'll work out, though. I mean, it might. Shoot. Okay, well, that sucks, actually. Hang on. If that's part of the 50%, if that's part of this, the same wave as this guy, then this sucks. I think I have to blow that up. Oh, well, now it feels a little too late. I'm just going to build more defense. Hang on. No, yeah. I waited too long. You're taking too long. That's what happened. Straight up, I know I just said Snow Pea is useless, but I have so much sun. Yeah, that lawnmower thing I just did was not worth it at all. Oh, and this is a 2-flag wave, or level. This first 2-flag level in the game. If anyone that actually is good at speedrunning comes into stream and starts complaining about how bad I'm doing, I'm going to be very upset. What you need in Super Smash Bros. This is actually, like, one of the hardest streams for me to check chat that I've ever done. Okay, so the potato mine strategy doesn't really work when when there isn't a potato mine, first of all. Second of all, when they jump over my plants. Are we kidding? Okay, see, that Snow Peas actively made that slower. No, don't Cherry Bomb yet. Custom channel point redeems. Wait, do I not have those? I thought I did those. I did not. That's definitely... I did not. You're right. Thank you for the reminder. I'll work on that maybe tomorrow if I remember. Snow Pea is bad for speedruns. Yeah, I'm just going to shovel these guys straight up. Let's see here. I'm gonna go with... Okay, I waited way too long. You're taking too long. That's why I picked the pumpkin guy for the icon, by the way. Well, first of all, it's because I just had him on my computer. And I was just supposed to choose an icon that I... Finally! And I was just supposed to choose an icon that I had on my computer. Anyway, Chomper, huge for speedrunning. Once the second wave spawns, first wave is irrelevant to the 50% rule. Good point. Good point. Good point. You are very bad at speedrun. You are taking too long. You did put in the title speedrun, so I think people will know it's not super serious. You mean the parentheses? Not parentheses, sorry. Quotation marks. Chat, it's over. We've unlocked LeBron James, the GOAT. I'm just gonna P-shoot to that. Yeah, I'm gonna Chomper the next wave. But I'm gonna, like... I'm hoping that the third wave will be a Conehead. The third wave... Yeah, the one after this directly after this zombie. I was wrong. That was the only reason why I wanted to use Chomper. Okay, I'm already doing this wrong. Hang on. I know I could have put that more up front, but if I did, then it risked a zombie immediately getting it, and that would have sucked. There we go. You have got to be kidding. Actually, wait a minute. Chat, you see what you... For those who are not familiar with why Chomper's good in speedrunning, that's why. 5-second cooldown on an insta-kill? Oh! No, that's waste of sun. There. Look at that. So peak. Are we kidding? Aw, that sucks, actually. It's just a very expensive insta-kill? Yeah, but insta-kills usually have a super long cooldown. Chomper, on the other hand, is 5 seconds. Oh, this one only has 1 wave. Okay. 1 flag, rather. Waves and flag waves are very different. See how much quicker the final wave was there? Hi Samuel, how are you? You know, I played as Huge Giganticus, or whatever his name is, in the PvZ Heroes Daily Challenge today. Why does he have a superpower environment that lets him gain a teleport every turn? How is that fair? Also, I'm not gonna lie, that rant I had a while, not that long ago at all, about like how busted teleport is. At the time that I said all that, I didn't realize that you could only teleport 1 zombie per teleport. It isn't specified in the description of the move. It is heavily implied that it's just for the entire rest of the turn. Well, for the entirety of that, like, segment of tricks, I guess. You can just use a zombie during tricks. Which I do still... Gosh darn it. Hang on. So I was right earlier to, like, put the potato mine here. Also, Samuel, just to be clear, I am not an actual speedrunner at this game. I got bored and felt like speedrunning it. I'm gonna let that zombie hit the lawnmower. No, I don't mean... I mean, how is that fair? I just don't see how it's fair. Can we please have another zombie spawn in bottom? Please! Okay. At least there was the one. It didn't even speed up the wave at all. But at least there was the one. Oh shoot, that chomper's gonna die. Oh wait, no he's not. I already 100% the PC version of this game a while ago. That wasn't the final wave, I thought it was. Well, that's actually a problem now, because more zombies are going to spawn on the bottom lane. So I'm going to have to deal with that. Potato Mine, you goat. Chomper is the goat. Pea Shooter is the goat. Everyone is the goat. Except Snowpea. Which is very unfortunate. Because I kind of like Snowpea. Pea Shooter from way in the back can solo a Conehead, by the way. This is something I know for a fact. I don't even know that because of speedrunning stuff. I just sort of know. And by that I mean I know from the Shy Guy Mask hard mode video. This is all starting to fall apart. Hard mode video from a long time ago. I don't know why I still remember that. Probably because I saw that video more than once. This is... Okay, this sucks, actually. Pole vaulter sucks. Everyone's the goat till you get Fume Shroom. Fume Shroom does sound quite good. Starfruit is also very good in this, if I remember correctly. Okay, how is the next wave not already here? Like, actually? Oh, well, I guess there's a delay whenever it's a huge wave. I don't even know what to cherry bomb. I guess bottom 3 lanes. Whenever they show up. Nice. Starfruit, yes. Top 3 plants, Scaredy Shroom, Chomper, Starfruit. My faves, not the best. I like Scaredy Shroom design-wise. I think gameplay-wise is, like, just okay. But I do just like Scaredy Shroom. Okay. I need to stop hesitating like that. Anyway, these levels are like just all RNG. I should have... Yeah, I need Chomper more. Okay, that's... I'm gonna shovel that Snow Pea later. Add jump scare? Sorry. Well, I mean, I can't really do much about that. I don't want to cherry bomb that. Okay, I guess I have to. I wanted to chomper it. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Can you, chat, can you see why I was interested in speedrunning this game? Because it's like, it's simple enough to where I feel like I can just do it and feel relatively chill as I'm doing it, but still like have the fun of speedrunning. Like, I don't know, this is neat, and people are watching, so I'm assuming people agree with me. This is actually like surprisingly high numbers. I feel like I pay attention to that more than I probably should, which I've acknowledged before. The fun goes away after about 6 hours. Well, it goes... Okay, the fun of doing literally anything except breathing goes away after doing it for 6 hours straight. Actually, no, that applies to breathing too. When does anyone ever say it's fun? I really wish I was getting more chompers. Blinking underrated? How far along the game are you striving for? I don't know. I don't feel like doing the whole thing because the whole thing would take forever. Just as far as like until I give up. If I lose, I'd probably just... If I somehow lose a level, I'd probably just end stream there. To be completely honest. Dude, what do I do with these walnuts? That was the wrong zombie. I guess it doesn't matter. Dude. Bird. There's no way. yes, I'm intentionally going to let that lawnmower die. Pole vaulters can avoid a lawnmower. I've seen it happen before. It's very rare, because it's not like while they're jumping, it's while they're landing that you have to be worried about it. Which is very weird. Half of this chat is Twitch, the other half is Samuel. The numbers say otherwise, I'm gonna be real. I don't know when, like, how early I can do a cherry bomb with the zombies, like, not getting hit by it. Or, like, you know what I meant. Because if you do it too early, then, like, a bunch won't get hit. But I think it's a lot more, the timings... Zombies become... You're able to hit zombies a lot sooner than you are in, like, PvZ2. Especially since, like, oh, shoot. I have no idea what the strategy is for this. Okay. I don't know what to do. Spam Puff and Chomper. That makes the most sense to me. I don't know if it's better to, like, start placing Puff Shrooms early, or if I should, like, wait for a zombie to spawn to make sure that I don't mess up the timing. It really is an RNG thing. Like, if I was going for world record, just put them down early. If I'm trying to, just do a casual speedrun, then probably just wait. Chomper is only for newspaper, mostly. Okay, for a moment, I almost, like, forgot that the fact that I put down a Puff Shroom doesn't, or, like, put down a sunflower doesn't mean that I can't afford a Puff Shroom. It costs nothing. Come to think of it, this is probably the most boring part of the speedrun. I might try doing a New Game Plus run. New Game Plus seems a little more interesting for the early game, although might be more boring late game. Because the thing is, like, here, if I was doing Adventure Plus, I would be able to use things like Scary Shroom, Fume Shroom, Gloom Shroom, the upgrade plants. I think having the ability to... I don't know, would Cob Cannon be useful? Hello, Cyberbond 9805. Doom Shroom, that's a good point. I don't know how I forgot about Doom Shroom. Doom Shroom, if I remember correctly, is used, like, in every point of the run after you unlock him. Like, he's a staple. Which is not a surprise to me. Again, I'm sorry if I miss your chat messages. Isn't it time-based? Wait, what's time-based? The worlds in this game? Or the Puff Shroom? I don't know. Oh wait, I just remembered getting coins actually does matter. If I was doing a full run, which I probably am not. Doomshroom is insanely good. I don't know if I would say better than Puff just because of the weird, stupid niches Puff has, but... I don't know. I couldn't be bothered to, like, argue which one's the best, because there's, like, multiple that have their own weird niche. Not weird. It's not weird at all. Doomshrooms isn't a niche. That gravestone is such an inconvenient spot. But, like, Puffshroom's benefits, or part of the reason Puffshroom is so good, is, like, literally just, especially if you use Imitator, it's just infinite stalling. Oh my god. I wish I had precise hands. I don't know which one's better. In this case, probably Sunstream, actually. It's more cost efficient, technically. Beware of life. Be real. When I play PvZ1, I kind of struggle learning to adapt to having all the upgrade plants and seed slots. When you say upgraded, do you mean like, are you used to leveled up plants in PvZ2? Also, I did not realize that newspaper was on level 1 of this, of Night. World 2, whatever. Is it worth it to put a potato mine down at the final column? Furthest column, whatever. Can I please... Why do I keep trying to... I, like, hesitate to spam puff shrooms because in my mind, planting anything means that I lose sun. Except puff shroom is the one plant where that doesn't apply. Sea shroom. You know what I mean. The one plant here where that just straight up doesn't apply, but I'm, for some reason, in the span of, you know, 1-1 to 1-9, I have developed a muscle memory of being, thinking through every placement. I also have developed the muscle memory to put my sun producers there, despite the fact that that doesn't actually make sense anymore. Because I don't have any ranged plants. I click the sun instead of just hovering my mouse over to collect it. I feel like there's probably going to be a fix for that in Replanted. If I remember correctly, they fixed that in the DLC update. I don't know if they did. Oh, is it only the final waves where the... zombies come out of gravestones? That's right. Hey, it's that one theme that Gamer King likes and complained about not being in the DLC version unless it was someone... No, that was Gamer King. Was it Gamer King? Am I thinking of someone else? Hi Sam, I'm on TV. I don't get it. Unless it's talking about Sam. You're talking about the DS version. Yeah. Where the moon grains, the... No, I know. If I said DLC, I meant DS. But like in the DS version of the game, you know, because it is a DS, there's the limitations. I'm explaining to everyone else, not to you. That every song is like the ambush version of the theme. Except Moongrains, where the ambush version just doesn't exist. Which, to be fair, Moongrains and the ambush version of Moongrains is the one where it's like the most noticeably different, I'd say. But that's still very weird. Like, it feels very weird. I imagine. DS version underrated. By the way, is it just a coincidence that Swedish Dwarf is here, or is the fact that speedrun was in the title for a PvZ1 thing, like, did that actually summon you? Because that was a very unexpected I guess it might also be that I don't normally stream at this hour. Though I feel like neither do you. So I think I put that down way too late. Oh, shoot, I butchered this. That was the wrong zombie. Oh, this is really, really bad. Okay, Fume Shroom is good. Oh wait, Horde theme. Sorry, I don't know why I was calling it Ambush theme. I almost forgot Chomper. Who'd I remember? Sure. Probably should have gotten rid of Potato Mine instead. Why isn't he stacking up 3 puff shrooms? Unironically, when I was playing PvZ Fusions, it I almost started to build a muscle memory around the fact that you can just move plants, which is insane when you really think about it, like just how much that affects your gameplay to just be able to move them. It's honestly kind of cool. I think Fusion's a really cool fan game, and it just gets like a ton of hate for being like a brain rot farm, and I feel like a lot of people will like check it out because of the brain rot farm, and then like when there's a ton of overpowered stuff, it's just like, oh, it's just stupid, and everything's power scaled, and it's like, yeah, that's, I mean, like, late game, yeah, but it's like, everything's overpowered. That is true, but also that's kind of part of the point, I think. And also, it's still fun. Like, it's kind of cool to me. Especially, like, yeah, as an unofficial little fan game thing, like, it's genuinely a really cool thing. I say little, like, that didn't clearly take forever to make. I feel like people underestimate how long a project like that takes. Like, PvZ Fusion has so much in it. Not just, like, not even just the fact that there's tons and tons and tons of fusions, but also the fact that there's, quite a lot of modes. Like, the adventure mode is mostly just, like, almost like a redo of the base adventure from PvZ1. But, with, like, new zombies and slightly different level layouts, or visuals, which is kind of nice. And obviously the fusion mechanic, and a difficulty meter. So, you know, if you think, that was one of the funnier, or, like, more annoying complaints. Someone was complaining that, like, oh, since everything's OP, adventure's too easy. First of all, adventure is not the only mode. Second, there's a difficulty setting. Like 6 of them. So I don't know what you're talking about. Microsoft Store just confirmed that replanted as microtransactions. That sucks. That does. Wait, Microsoft Store. Why is it on Microsoft Store? Am I missing? Wait, am I stupid? Or am I... Because it doesn't have a mobile... Oh wait, I'm thinking of Google Play Store. Yeah. Yeah, do something harder if you want a challenge. Also... yeah, sure, why not? Okay. I will say one thing about that situation. Well, I probably will eventually say more than one, but... the microtransactions, well, first of all, we already knew that, like, they had that, bundle's not really the right word, more like an add-on. We already knew about the skins, where if you pre-ordered it, you would get a free 8-bit pea shooter skin, which, by the way, I don't know if the art that I've seen of it was fan-made, that was supposed to, like, pretend it's real, or if it actually is confirmed to be, was confirmed to be real, I don't remember. If it is real, why? I mean, like, I don't really care that much, because it honestly, it's, like, so ridiculous and stupid that it makes me kind of like it. I remember talking to some other people about it. But, like, also, if it was trying to be taken seriously in any regard, they could have just used the DS sprite, and it would have actually looked kind of cool, and have been like, oh, a cool reference, a cool callback. But also, with microtransactions, first of all, I don't like that information, let me be clear. I'm not trying to, like, defend it, but if the microtransactions are literally just, like, skins that don't impact gameplay, and they aren't just locking actually valuable content behind a paywall, then honestly, I'm fine with that. I don't care. If I can just not buy them, and it's that easy. Do I think it's a little bit ridiculous? Kinda. Do I also think that it literally wouldn't impact my ability to actually enjoy playing the game? Yes. Do I wonder whether or not I should use Gravebuster? Also, yes. I actually don't know. I feel like I should. Definitely. I just don't know which spot like, this is such a bad clump. This is bad RNG. I'm going to put one here so that I can put a chomper there if need be. That's really bad. You can tell that I have, like, no longer locked in because I'm rambling more. But honestly, this is just making it more enjoyable for me. Yeah, if it's just cosmetics, I don't care. Part of the reason that I like Marvel Rivals as much as I do is that, so far, the only content that I feel like I'm missing out on is, like, little cosmetics that I don't know why I shoveled that. I think I intended to replace it, but I don't actually think I should. But, like, I never really feel like I'm excluded from, like, actually valuable content. I guess, like, with taunts, a little bit, but, like, barely. But also, like, you know, the fact that there was the thing where, like, oh, you buy it early and you get the skin. Decent reason to believe there was microtransactions with that. Because how else would you get it? Right? Or is it just, like, completely excluded to people that didn't get the bundle? You know? Again, not, like, happy about it. I'm just saying it probably won't affect my enjoyment of the game. If I'm wrong, I don't even want to say wrong, because I didn't even say that I think that'll be the case. It's just, it's more so hopeful / wishful thinking. But if it's like, sorry, hang on. If it is like what I'm saying, it's fine. If it ends up being like actual stuff locked behind a paywall, especially if it's stuff that was in the original, which is cheaper than the remake by a lot, then I'd be very upset by it. If they locked like survival mode or something behind a paywall, unacceptable. Like straight up, and might just not even get it if they do that. I have not pre-ordered it yet because I'm still not fully decided. There's a part of me that just wants to get it just for the fact that it's like, you know, I am a huge PvZ fan. And at this point, I'm involved in a lot of, like, Plants vs. Zombies, like, community stuff, you know? And I'm glad I am. I am hoping that the remake ends up being good. I don't think it'll be... I actually think there's a solid chance that it'll be good. I see why a lot of people are concerned, though. And especially with this thing about how, like, oh, yeah, there's just straight-up microtransactions. We don't know if they're skins or not, unless we do. There's not enough to justify 30k. Yeah, 20 US dollars here. Well, I guess when you specify the currency, it would be, you know what I meant. I'm gonna be honest with, like, the $20 thing. Like, at first I was like, oh, that's fine. Over time, I have more and more more strongly understand why a lot of people are upset by that price. I still am fine with it. However, I get why it annoys people. My only, like, real excuse I can think of is, say Plants vs. Zombies 1 wasn't being sold for such a cheap price, because let's be real, $5 for what PvZ1 is insanely high value to me, at least for someone like me. The amount of value I've gotten out of this game for only $5 is crazy. But if the remake turns out like to be what it seems like, it will be a significant upgrade. I do like the idea of just having it run in a way that's actually good. By good, I mean, as much as Plants vs. Oh, I can hit them before they even grow all the way out. I didn't know that. Plants vs. Zombies 1 is a very good game. However, there are two different, like, visual settings I can have. Full screen and tiny box. And when it is in full screen, it's still box-like. Which, as much as that was almost somewhat convenient for the setup, or at least it looks like it was convenient, it actually wasn't behind the scenes. I mean, like, setup as in the speedrun thing where I have it off to the side. I do, like, prefer having it in widescreen, so that's a nice thing. Like, just having the game upscaled. I feel like a lot of people are acting like that's literally nothing. And I'm not saying that's, like, a huge thing, or is justifying $20. But it's not nothing. It just isn't. It is a genuinely nice addition. And I also will just... I accidentally went off track from my original thing, which I do a lot. I am rambling. I also am just glad that this is... the PvZ is finally coming to, like, every console instead of just Xbox. Especially Switch. Because that'll basically be a way that I can play it mobilely without playing the mobile version, and the mobile version sucks so much. I guess I could, like, hypothetically... No, wait, no, that wouldn't work. Like, I could always get, like, a mobile emulator or something. But also, you could also just do that with basically anything, so that's not saying much. Download an earlier version of the mobile port as well. That's true. Actually, I had an issue with the mobile port before they ruined it. I mean, obviously, like, the ads, like, it wasn't... the ads weren't that upsetting to me. Simply because it's, like... I was playing a free game. I prefer playing a game without ads. But I was, like, in a free experience. Whatever. What bugged me is... And to give context, survival mode is my favorite mode in all of the Plants vs. Zombies Tower Defense modes. But apparently, I don't know if this is like an Android phone thing or if this is just a me thing. My Plants vs. Zombies 1 bugged out in such a way to where every time I tried to load into Survival Fog, the game would crash, and I could never beat Survival Fog. As a result of this, I could never unlock Survival Roof or any of the hard mode versions of Survivals. Therefore, I could never unlock Survival Endless, which is, like, unironically, where a lot of my ability to, like, find, like, replayability for this game even comes from. I feel like that's where I can most use my upgrade plans. It's just like where I feel like I would enjoy the game for what it is the most repetitively. Not to say that it's literally the best thing out of the game. It's just the fact that it exists is huge. I really hope the remake does survival mode right, and has endless as an option for every area, instead of just pool. As much as pool makes the most, like, if there was just one area to have the sole endless area, I would say pool makes the most sense by far, because that's where you can do the most variety of things. However, it would still be nice to have the other ones as an option. I think fog is actually another one that could be interesting, because then you can use stuff like Doom Shroom and Ice Shroom without the coffee beans. To be fair, I really can't think of much reason as to why someone would want to do endless for grass or night. I don't know why I said grass, you know what I meant. Day. I guess the track is called Grass Walks. But, I could see it with, roof, kinda, because the gimmick is interesting. Although the gimmick is just limiting. Fog and... I guess it is more so just Pool's gimmick. Pool, come to think of it, is like the only one that has a gimmick that isn't just inherently limiting. This is really bad. Because Pool actually straight up makes it to where I can do more. Which I guess Night kind of does. Sorry, I was completely going off the... I, like, went so far off the rails from what I was originally getting at. Replanted's price. This is probably a bad loadout. Whatever, I'm going with it. Plants vs. Zombies 1. Insanely good for $5. However, Replanted, which is supposedly going to be better than Plants vs. Zombies 1, is 4 times the price. Now, to be fair, I think if Plants vs. Zombies 1 somehow had, like, a good, like, say, third or AAA, not even AAA, just, like, confidence from the devs, and, like, came out within the past 5 years, I do think PvZ1 would be more than $5. Especially if it was, if it looked like what Replanted or the Xbox version looks like. You know, because, you know, with this game being as old as it is, there's just the... I don't even want to say it. This game doesn't look bad visually. That's not what I'm saying. But it does have... But I still wouldn't mind... being able to see the art in a... more clear way. That's the word I'm looking for. What else I got? But, like, yeah, it doesn't justify being quadruple the price, even if quadruple $5 is still only $20. And PvZ1 is still very viable, and if they make it, if they do this thing that Sega did, where they make their remake / remaster seem more likable by... Replanted might be close to a remaster, I don't know. If they make it more likable, or seem more reasonable of a price by taking down the original from Steam, that would be very annoying. It wouldn't affect me personally, because I already have the game, and they can't take it down if you already bought it. Which same thing applies to Sonic 3 for me, actually. I have Sonic 3 and Knuckles, even though they took it off Steam, but I bought it before they did that, so it doesn't matter. Because they didn't actually, like, remove it entirely. They just made it to where it's not being sold anymore. I do think Replanted won't feel like a waste of money. But I do see why people aren't a fan of the price. I don't think it's like this abhorrently high price. It's absolutely not what I would consider an unaffordable game. I think that, like, if you compare it to a lot of other games that are $20, it does look reasonable. But only if you don't take into account the fact that the original is only $5, which, I mean, is just objectively not taking into account something that is a fact. So yeah, that's kind of my take on it. Is the new stuff worth the extra $15? How about that? That's the main thing. Would you pay $15? Except, actually, no. You don't get to pay $15 for it. I have the original. I paid $5 for the original, which means I can't think of it as just me paying $15 for the upgrade. I'm not paying $15 for a DLC, because I don't get a discount because I have the original. I am paying $20, which means I am effectively buying the same game twice. It's just the second one's better. I don't know. It's a very weird thing. It could have been a lower price. I will not deny this. Deltarune being $25, especially considering the fact that the rest of the chapters will, like, if you already bought 3 and 4, then Deltarune, then you don't even need to pay for the rest. Like, okay, when you compare it to Deltarune, looks like a, then yeah, you're right. However, I also think Deltarune's literally one of the best deals, like, in terms of not on sale prices, like just their base prices. Deltarune's literally one of the, if not the best things out there. I think even without taking into consideration the fact that it will, gosh darn it, have, like, that it has an entire half of the game to be added. Even if you don't take that into account, it's already worth it to me. So unironically, that comparison is literally just, you are comparing it to the best of the best. In my head. I don't think ice cream is needed. I don't... which one of these do I want to... I'm just taking all. Yeah. Deltarune's also $5 more expensive. Yeah. No, my point was that Deltarune's deal is way better than Replanted. However, I also think Deltarune's deal is way better than almost every other base price video game. I also do think that sometimes it is a little interesting to compare, like, indie game prices to prices with, from more well-known companies like EA. Not to say that I'm trying to defend EA. I think EA is, like, a freaking terrible company. However, it's not like I'm going to be outraged by something that I expect from how an industry functions. Not even just the corporate greed concept, which that is there, but also that is just kind of how the industry goes. This is not new. So I guess there is a difference there with, like, an attitude. My attitude towards it is very different than a lot of other people. My attitude tends to be, what do I expect versus what do I think, like, the game truly deserves, if that makes sense. By all means, Plants vs. Zombies deserves the best, like, Plants vs. Zombies deserves a lot of good things in terms of, like, the original game. I wish the sequel, and and so on was, like, way better. But also, I think the expectation of something like, say, Replanted making the game far better and looking like a huge visual upgrade and being literally perfect in every way, like, that's not gonna happen. It just won't happen. So I don't get upset when I don't see that happen. And that's more of a me thing than, like, me trying to criticize how other people look at it. As it stands, even if you don't buy Replanted, I'm still glad Replanted is even happening, simply because of the fact that it is going to make Plants vs. Zombies even just a little bit more relevant. I want to get this. Hang on. I know that it's not, like, good for the speedrun, but I do want that. Yeah! This goes, it dies immediately. I didn't put down a single fume stream. This speedrun sucks so much. I'm gonna have to look back at chat, because I've been looking at it so little. Like, I mean, after stream, I'm going to have to look at chat, because I've been looking at it so little today. I have no idea what any of you guys have been saying in response. For all I know, everything I have just been saying is ruining my reputation that I barely have. Probably not. I don't think most of what I said is that controversial. Are we freaking kidding me? What do I even... I just didn't bring Chomper. Okay, you know what? We're cooked. It's fine. Actually, I don't even think Chomper's that big of a deal anymore. At least not for this. I have Doom Shroom. I brought Ice Shroom. Why did I bring Ice Shroom? I didn't mean to do that. Okay, I should have replaced Ice Shroom with Chomper. My bad. Okay, I wasn't thinking. It's fine. I'm more so focused on the conversation than the gameplay at this point, and I feel like that's pretty obvious. What actually happened when we were playing PvZ Replanted? What? Yeah. What was I gonna say? I think Replanted making it to where Plants vs. Zombies has a chance to be respectable again. Not even respectable. I wouldn't say respectable. It already is respectable. I feel like people do genuinely forget that Plants vs. Zombies was and kind of still is like a huge thing. It did win Game of the Year at one point. PvZ2 technically is a very popular mobile game. The community is huge. I don't know why some people act like this is a small community. It just isn't. This is not small. Hi, Bacon Bug, how are you? But yeah. But, like, even with that in mind, Replanted is going to bring some attention back, and I think that could be a good thing. Because if that goes well, that means that they might be willing to put in, like, a higher budget for later projects if they do later projects with better teams and more competent, and be more competent with it. In other words, I'm saying they might lock in. However, very, very reasonable to believe that that is incredibly wishful thinking. I kind of think it is. My reasoning for saying that it's definitely very wishful thinking is, you know, it's not like it would be the first time that PopCap, became incredibly big and then messed it up. I wouldn't say that PvZ2 is them immediately messing it up, to be fair, but, like, PvZ2 is, compared to PvZ1, like, I can see the argument for whether or not PvZ2 is a good or bad game and whatnot. But, like, either way, compared to PvZ1, it is definitely, like, kind of a failure of a sequel to me. They take the strategy, slow-paced strategy game, try to make it like a fast-paced mobile game, And yeah, that upsets a lot of people. It was very successful. I spent a lot of time playing it. And, you know, I wouldn't say I dislike the game, but I also would say that, like, a major reason that I still like it is because of mods that made it so much better, in my opinion. Than the original version. But, like, you know, the fact that mods are able to be as high of a quality as they are does make it, does at least mean that PvZ2 had, like, stuff going for it. And it was, like, good concept. They set up good stuff. But also, the level design in that game does kind of suck sometimes. They outright just have some of the levels be basically ads for premium plans. Like, come on, man. Like, I feel like, yeah, they definitely did milk it dry, but even before they started milking it, it was already, like, very clearly rushed content that didn't have a whole lot of care in it. I find it funny. I feel like I see a lot of people insult reflourished level design, and I actually do see where a lot of it is coming from, especially with, like, Holiday Mashup. I think a lot of people forget that reflourished is kind of going for a thing where it tries to feel like you're still playing Plants vs. Zombies 2, but just better. And reflourished level design is still leagues, and I mean so many leagues ahead of vanilla. Okay, maybe not so many leagues, but, like, it's just not even close, in my opinion. Because at least, like, I mean, I do just think, like, even, like, the regular levels are just better designed, but, like, vanilla literally does. Like, I already mentioned the stupid advertisement levels. Like, you know, I know that Hurricane's a gemium now, but there was a level that I believe was made before it was, they made it to where I believe Hurricane used to be $5, and there's a level in, like, Frostbite Caves where it makes you use Hurricane, except there's multiple where they make you do that. Snowplast to Fire Pea. There's the Cold Snapdragon. In Jurassic Marsh, there's Homing Thistle and Chomper, both in Big White Beach. Again, I know that Homing Thistle's a gemium now, but Chomper's still, you need to pay for them. And you know what their response was? To, like, realizing that nobody wanted to buy Chomper? It wasn't to make it to where, you don't have to buy him anymore. Their response was to buff him to make him, like, 3 times better. I don't even think I'm exaggerating. I think it used to be about 2 times, but then they did another buff. Like, that wasn't enough. Electric Blaring Cactus to Neon Mixtape Tour. Like, I don't want the levels in the middle of my game to be an ad. And some levels are just, like, not as well thought out. I do think that PvZ1's overall formula is just a lot, like, simpler. You know, it literally is just, here's a level, here's a new plant, mess around with that plant, you get another plant, you get a nice level. Like, there aren't objective levels. There aren't, nearly as many levels where you don't get a new plant. In this game, you never go more than 1 level straight without a new plant. It's only, like, 1 level, like this one, where I don't have a new plant, and then that immediately goes back. I don't know why I was hesitating on Doom Shrooms for so long. Letting people lose sight is meant to be a better thing. Oh wait, what are you talking about? Oh, of sequels. I don't think every sequel has to be a better game. Especially when they try to go for something different. I think that's okay. But I do just think that PvZ2 is far less admirable than this game. I think that as a mobile game, it's not, like, completely terrible. I know I was just saying a bunch of bad stuff about it. but it's harder for me to say it's a good game than this one. This game, I think, is a good game. PvZ2 does what it was going for. What it was going for, I don't like it. Not to say I didn't spend an absurd amount of time playing it when I was younger. That's another thing. Audience is a big deal with that. Yeah, I don't want to deny that the game has positives. A lot of popcorn. It's not that bad. I don't think it's like a bad game. I might have said it. I think I might keep going back and forth because I keep thinking of like different definitions every time I say something. Plants vs. Zombies 2. I'll just say, yeah, failure as a sequel, not entirely a bad game, although I will say the game has gradually gotten worse. I think that the level design in PvZ2 isn't that good. I think a lot of the zombie design is pretty bad. Some of the plant design is bad. The power scaling was an issue even before they finished Modern Day. Like, straight up, let's just think about this for a moment. Bloomerang is a 175 sun plant, where the gimmick is that they do less damage, but they do piercing. Piercing of only 3. To be fair, when they are hitting 3 zombies at a time, that is significantly more damage per second than a pea shooter. Still arguably a pretty bad plant, even for the point you get it in the game. What makes it an outright bad plant is the fact that not even that late into the game, like World 4, or at least the 4th world they added, because they reordered things, because they realized they messed up. But the point is, eventually, you get Laser Beam, a 200 sun plant, which is only 25 sun more, where the gimmick is also piercing, except instead of piercing 3 times, there's no limit. And it doesn't have the lower damage downside, meaning that for only an extra 25 sun on plants that are more expensive than a pea shooter, Laser Beam just outdoes Bloomerang in every conceivable way. Keep in mind that the sun economy is messed up in such a way. Not messed up, but is built in such a way, which is another very strong difference between PvZ2 and PvZ1. You do not have to try very hard when it comes to this sun economy. I guess walnut for some reason. A sunflower literally makes back its price in like less than 30 seconds. Although, I mean, it still does that pretty quickly in this game, but it does it twice as quickly in PvZ2. Maybe less than 30 seconds actually applies to this game as well. Point is, they do it absurdly quickly. PvZ2, so you don't have to try as hard. I don't know if I was able to put that all the way up here. Oh yeah, Fume Shroom also does outclass it, that's true, I wasn't even thinking about Fume Shroom, but Laser Beam is a lot more of an obvious, and I think less debatable example, because there is no downside. The extra 25 sun difference is next to nothing in that game, and in that context. And it just makes Bloomerang outright pointless. And that's kind of upsetting. That's not the only example of that, though. You also have Red Stinger, severely outclassing Repeater, with the only exception being if you have Torchwood. And the way they designed Torchwood is another issue. For those who didn't know, Torchwood does splash damage in PvZ1. They removed it in PvZ2 for no really good reason. You could argue it was OP in PvZ1, but first of all, not really. I'll get to Jurassic March soon. But also, it definitely isn't in PvZ2, because PvZ2, until they, eventually added it in for nostalgia bait slash whatever freaking addictive thing that arena mode tries to encourage, the Mega Gatling P. Yeah, like, 3-peater / Peapod was, like, the best thing you could combo with for Torchwood, so I don't see the point in them doing that nerf. Unless they just couldn't be bothered coding in Splash. But, eventually, when they finally got around to buffing it, instead of, like, just restoring Splash, they made it effectively a pseudo-insta-plant. Because why bother making it to where you actually have to strategize to use your for your plants to synergize, when you can just make it to where the Torchwood can literally blow up. Are we serious? That's a nitpick, to be fair. But it is an example of frequently made bad game design decisions. But, right, Red Stinger's DPS, I think, is, like, very close to Repeater's. It might be the same. Might be better, I don't know. But it's 50 Sun cheaper. And the downside isn't really a downside at all. I don't even know if it's supposed to be a downside or an upside. Either way, it definitely doesn't feel right. Yeah, Primal P can permastall Gargs. Yeah. Fire P, I believe, is basically just power scaled Repeater. Also, Squash is actually kind of huge for this. Yeah, so both Red Stinger and Fire P. Also, Aki is basically another power scale of Bloomerang, except Aki is completely pointless because Laser Beam still outclasses that too. Primal, like, why would anyone ever use Repeater over Primal P? Why would you do it? Why would you use Potato Mine when for an extra 25 Sun, I can have one that arms faster, like way faster, and acts as a Cherry Bomb? You know, 50 Sun, so that after about, like, just a few seconds, I get something that's usually worth 150? Sure. Oh, also, every insta has a faster cooldown in PvZ2 than it did in PvZ1. Than they did in PvZ1. Going from, like, 50 seconds for Cherry Bomb to 35. I sound very complaining right now. At this point, I'm just practically showing off stupid facts I know. Statistics, whatever. Statistics is not the right word. Why would you use Potato Mine when you have a Potato Mine that's 25 Sun more expensive? Sorry, I meant only 25 Sun more expensive. It is not 75 Sun. It is definitely only 50. My point is, it's only an extra 25 Sun for something that is definitely worth a whole lot more than that, comparatively speaking. Why would you ever use Sunflower when eventually you unlock Primal Sunflower? What I'm trying to say is, PvZ2 does have a lot more plants, but, like, the way some of them are designed makes it to where, I'm not even trying to say less is more, but, like, just some of the plants almost feel like they take away from the game sometimes to me. Like in Plants vs. Zombies 1, if for some reason they just added something to this game, but it was like a 75 Sun plant that does roughly the same damage as a Repeater and just does damage to a zombie when eaten, I would actually just rather the plant doesn't exist. Cause now you've just made it to where pea shooter and repeater and three-peater completely irrelevant. Never use them. Just use these guys. Also, PvZ2 removed the upgrade mechanic. That was another thing I just now remembered. I don't know how I forgot about that. The removal of survival mode and the removal... I know that it has that endless mode, but I don't like it as much. I don't think it's nearly as good. But the removal of upgrade plants, like... Come on. That's lame. What, did they nerf Primal Potato Mine? It definitely used to be 50 Sun. I mean, I don't hate the Endless mode. I just think it's a massive downgrade from Survival Endless from PvZ1. I might be biased. But I mean... I feel like the only thing the PvZ2 version has over it is one... I almost said it works better as like a mobile game mode. Except that's not even really that true. But the other thing I was going to say, I guess partially true, is that, you know, you got it for more than one world. Except Pool is just so well designed that I like so much better design. I feel like the world gimmicks in PvZ1 are also just infinitely more, like, when you first encounter them, they're just a lot more interesting. Teleportato Mine is a pay-to-win, and I was kind of getting at the adventure mode power scaling. That's right, the moon plants being absurdly busted, where the downside is literally you have to place your attacker next to your sun producer, the thing that you would bring anyway, and also the sun producer that they introduced to you is, like, better than most of the old ones, where the only downside is that they have a longer recharge. Like, the only actual downside. Yeah, I might do that more bacon poke, sorry. But to be fair, it is, like... I feel like the math. I am currently trying to play the game while occasionally reading chat, while also going on a huge spiel about my opinion of PvZ2, a game that I've played way more than I should have, or and am kind of acting like I hate it. I think part of it is. A lot of it really does just come from power creep. Like, why would I ever use... I mean, to be fair, in PvZ1, I almost want to say, you know... Like, in PvZ1, you do reach a point where, reasonably speaking, you would never really want to use pea shooter, except I am using it now, because this is a specific thing where it does make more sense, except probably not. I think I'm doing most of this wrong. That's been most of your PvZ July stream. That's what a lot of people's PvZ streams are. What else am I going to do? Okay. What else am I going to do? Focus on plants versus zombie? No, we have to talk about other plant versus zombie. I don't know what I'm getting at. I haven't done a whole lot of July streams. Also, it's August right now. And I know that you weren't implying that it wasn't. It's just... I kind of just remembered. I might just let that zombie go to the lawnmower at this point. How quickly can I get the next chomper? There we go. What was I going to say? Red Stinger, a key. Red Stinger's power creep, even if it's not even that strong. what other campaign plants? Moonflower and Dusklobber combo. Quite frankly, I feel like a lot of people somehow, like, don't realize how strong they are. I feel like a lot of people somehow missed it. But, so in case you did, someone here doesn't know what I'm talking about. Moonflower for 50 sun. It's a lot like a sunflower, where the gimmick is it has like a little effect around it in a 3x3 radius. Not radius, sorry, area. Where any shadow plant, which is a specific category in the game, category of plants that you unlock in modern day, will get boosted by it. This includes itself, and itself is also the only one where it actually stacks, in a way. You want to try PvZ Fusion? I did, just off stream. I've played quite a lot of it, actually. I think it's very cool. I talked about it earlier this stream. Anyway. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Okay, so the chomper spam is not working. Because I didn't put down enough pea shooters, and by that I mean one. I put down one pea shooter. Yeah, I can't see why that would go wrong. Just get rid of that. Let them eat it. Almost lost that lily pad. PvZ move check Black's crazy hit. No. Sorry. I forgot I don't have... I completely forgot that you actually need to, like, get a thing. For that to work. Oops. Oh, I thought for a second that wasn't going to get him. Vine plants are, I mean, some of the, other than, like, the power scaling part of it is lame. Sorry, Moonflower, Dusklobber. Dusklobber's one of the shadow plants. Dusklobber's gimmick is that he just shoots like a projectile, very similar to Cabbage Bowl, where it lobs. And it does a little bit of splash. The damage itself is not very good. Splash is not that good, but it does have splash, and just having a little is nice. Moonflower makes to where it shoots 3. Of course, it's divided among 3 different lanes, but also, the fact that it's divided among different lanes means that, well, if each of those projectiles does splash, and the splash is in a, like, nearly a 3x3 area, this actually increases its DPS even in its own lane, because of the way that works, where the zombie that it gets hit also gets hit by the splash damage of 2 other projectiles. And also, it's only 150 sun, and it needs to be boosted by just being near your sun producer, which you should have down anyway, because it makes a ton of sun. And the sun producer is also better, with the only downside being that it has a longer recharge. Only real downside. Sure, yeah, so every lobbing plant is now completely useless. That's cool. You can make an argument for Wintermelon. Watermelon is not completely useless. Watermelon, but it's also only, like, useful if you're not using shadow plants. That was a no. I mean, I guess if there was any PvZ movie, I guess I'd rather that than no PvZ movie at all. I guess. Gosh darn it. Please activate on time. It probably won't. Okay, it did. I'm just going to shoot at that, actually. There we go. Pole vaulters are surprisingly tanky. My phone is broken, so if anything... Yeah, you can also just use it alongside Dusklopper. At least with Wintermelon's 500 Sun, so it doesn't upset me as much, because you actually do have to at least try. Yes, it's still busted, but it is... But it doesn't feel like it's power scaling. Because it works in combination with plants. Or it feels at least like fair power scaling, is what I mean. I don't feel like I'm cheating when I use it. It feels earned. I don't know why I did that. That didn't help. Okay. I'm gonna let those zombies die to the mower. Oh wait, no, I can't do that. I'll just get this one. Let the other one die. Because I don't care about the mower. Chinese version gate-kept cob cannon. I don't think it really was gatekeep. Okay, gatekeeping implies that the Chinese version deliberately added cob cannon and then somehow managed to make it to where the international version legally couldn't have cob cannon, which I highly doubt is what happened, unless that's what you're telling me. I'm not gonna lie, completely forgot Newspaper Zombie is in pool, like at all. Pool area, I mean. That was a very lucky potato mine. Heck yeah. Pretty sure that actually is the case. How? Why? I feel like that's gotta be PopCap's fault because like obviously they owned it in the first place. That is kind of ridiculous. I mean, also, it is worth pointing out, I don't know if cob cannon would ever be put in PvZ2 anyway, because, I know that they're doing the thing where they're adding a bunch of, like, the plants that weren't in PvZ2 for whatever stupid reason, in as, what is effectively nostalgia bait. I know that, like, you would argue there's a difference between nostalgia bait and throwbacks and whatnot. I think in this case, when you're making it to where you're monetizing it, or like making it to where it's part of some whatever arena is, where I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be addictive. I'm not really sure what arena mode is. I'm very, and also it's like all incredibly busted reworking. Mega Gatling P is just Gatling P, except now it has a chance to plant food itself for no reason, and and when it does that, it also permanently is stronger. Sure. Why would you do that? Why would I want... It is just deliberately making it overpowered. I know Ice Shroom also has that. Doom Shroom, some people genuinely think it got nerfed. Which, I mean, to be fair, Doomshroom would still be an incredibly busted plant if they added it in just as it is, because of the way they reworked mushroom plants. Which also I'm not the biggest fan of, but like The PvZ2 version is by no means weak. It literally multiplies itself. I don't care if you have to arm it like a potato mine. It is a multiplying screen wipe. I keep going on tangents where I forget what my point was. I think I have lost the point to a degree where I find it hard to believe that people are still listening to me. Bobbox being Crazy Dave. Oh, hi, Lordette. How are you? Isn't it like 6 a.m. for you right now? God, I love that theme. I know, I actually, it might come out tomorrow or the day after. I am I can't. Oh, wait, I could have got the rake. I'm stupid. I can go back to get that, right? I don't need it. 12 a.m.? Okay, so you're not British. For some reason I thought you lived in the UK. Can we talk something else? Man, I wish I could make drinking more fun. The car key in my right pocket. Thank you for the follow. Ignore the fact that the thing is overlaid long. This stream was very impulsive. Yeah, the fact that I'm doing this stream was the result of an impulsive decision. I think I'll stop after pool. I am not doing the whole game tonight. I'll do that another time. Probably after actual practice, and probably not this late at night. Because that's part of the reason why I can't do like the whole game. It's too late at night. If people want to watch me do it, I am very much down to do an actual speedrun of this. Where I actually try. It would require that I lock in. Almost tempting. If I do another casual speedrun of this, though, I might try to, like, have someone in a VC with me just to read chat for me. Although that might be a bad idea, because then it would be harder for me to focus. Driving my car right after a beer. I just now remembered that these songs are copyrighted. Not the one I'm singing, the in-game music. I don't care. I don't make money off of these videos unless they do a strike, and if they try to do a strike, then I'm going to lose it. As in, lose my mind. Because for those who don't know, the songs in this game aren't actually copyrighted. Someone is effectively impersonating the creator of the songs for profit. And YouTube is doing nothing to stop it, because they don't care, because they make money off of it either way. Whatever. Anyway, I'm looking forward to the release of Replanted, but I am not confident enough to say that I think it'll be good, but I do hope it'll be good, and I do think it might be positively impactful to Plants vs. Zombies as a whole. We'll have to see. Also, I will be so honest, does make it nice that there's an easier way to record footage, and also it is nice that there will be a console port. version, whatever. I don't know if jalapeno is optimal, but I'm taking it. Screw it. No potato mine. I forgot to buy a rake. Materia Publishing TBH. Sorry, what? Huh? I'm missing context. YouTube is doing something about the AI slop. Are they actually? Yada yada freaking yeah. I mean, YouTube is apparently putting in a new policy that I outright despise. And I feel like their motivation for doing it is like downright a lie. I am referring to the one where they're trying to use AI to determine whether or not you're a child. And then ask for ID if it thinks you're not, to like prove that you are an adult, which seems like an I don't think it's like been actually added yet, but if they do end up adding it and they like don't remove it, that's like that like actually might be the worst change. And I am considering every change YouTube has done. I think this one would be the worst. It's so... I don't want to explain the whole thing. Partially because it's such a big thing to where there's a good chance that I'll like get something wrong. And when it comes to this subject specifically, I want what I say to be correct. Like to be certain. It's not even just like, oh, the YouTube Kids exist. This is like... They've gone out of their way to make it seem like the platform is 13 plus and not 18 plus. Like they'll get upset when you swear too much or something. This is very clearly not to protect kids. I think that is a lie. This policy is not for that. I also find it kind of funny how often people seem to forget that parental control apps are a thing. But yeah, I don't want to get like too into exactly how the policy works and why it's a bad thing. But I will just say it does seem like it is surpassing just like, oh, they're making YouTube worse again, and this is going into they clearly just will do whatever it takes for them to make more money, or whatever on earth their motivation is. Money, it probably is money, but I actually don't know if they gain money off this. They might lose money, I don't even know. Again, I don't want to... Yeah, I'll just try to change the subject. It's just, sorry, that thing... I have opinions on it, but I don't know how to discuss them right now. What do I do about this? Man, this is fun. I'm like actually having fun. Chat, I hope you're enjoying the stream. I've noticed that I haven't been doing as many streams lately. I'm going to spoil the next video. It's not really a spoil. I'm just going to say like what the next video will be, by the way. It is... I found I guess, yeah, definitely an indie game. I guess Creeps20 did a video on it, so there's probably some people watching that are familiar with it already. And I know I mentioned it in Discord, but this game that has a demo, the full version comes out in September, called Operation Octo, that is, I believe, heavily inspired by Plants vs. Zombies, but it's very original. like, okay, you can tell it's inspired by PvZ, especially if you know a lot about PvZ, like I do. But it has a very original and interesting take on it. And I think a lot of people here would like it, and I need to make it incredibly clear. It is not just a ripoff, nor is it even like, oh, PvZ but good or something like that. No, it's like, it is a tower defense, and it is a tower defense where your units, your towers, whatever you want to call them, can get destroyed. Not even destroyed, actually. They can be attacked. But it still plays very differently. I'll explain it better in the video, and by I will, I mean I did. It's just, you know, it's not out yet, because I have to finish editing it. But Operation Octo is a cool game. I'd recommend looking at it, or at least watching the video when it comes out. It's going to be a shorter video. I don't plan on doing the whole thing in one video this time. So it'll probably only be like 10 minutes or something. Maybe more. Do I have an extra seed slot now? No, it's that I don't, fricking Chomper. I don't know if Spikeweed is good. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna go to the shop first. Buy this. Buy this. What else? What else? Is Swedish Dwarf still here? Because I feel like I might have already asked the question near the start of the stream, but I just remembered I had a question for him related to the PvZ speedrun thing. Okay, he left. Okay, that's fair. Like over half an hour ago. I assume. I mean, I thought he might have just been AFK or lurking for an entire hour and a half straight. So you know that's why I asked. But thank you for checking. It's been a lot easier to check chat lately now that I've stopped paying nearly as much attention to the game, and also now that chat is like slow. I am not trying to complain about chat being active. I phrased that poorly. Get this guy. See, once the second wave spawns in, the first, like, one wave, this guy being damaged doesn't matter anymore. That's why I have to kill these two guys instead of this guy, so that the next one spawns in sooner. Can that Chomper please finish chewing? He won't. I just really want him to, you know? How is Thursday or Friday looking? Friday looks good. Dang it. Okay, this is like unironically not even going at like that much faster of a pace than regular gameplay anymore. I'm really bad at this. It is my first try, though. And like I said earlier in the stream, very, very little research. I didn't actually research, it's just stuff that I happen to know. I happen to know the 50% rule. I happen to know that chompers are good for this. I happen to know several niche mechanics about this game, because I happen to know a lot about Plants vs. Zombies. Because I happen to be incredibly nerdy and weird and stupid. And forgot about Cherry Bomb. At least I got jalapeno. Partners of Time has been some of the most fun I've had streaming in general. I'm glad you've been having fun with that. I also like it a lot too, by the way. Sorry, it's hard for me to like correctly articulate sentences. In response. I almost... Oh wait, no, the next flag is the second flag, not the... Sorry, I put that lily pad there anticipating a jalapeno use. Also, I do not have enough sun. Have you blocked your stream messages? No. There's just not a lot of stream messages. Unless they're unintentionally not showing. I can see that message. Has there been YouTube messages that I'm just not seeing or something? Why would I block messages? Oh, Steam messages. Sorry. No? I think I just didn't see it. Sorry, I thought you said stream messages. I just, like, read the same message again and realized, oh, that's not what that says. Very clearly. I figured it out eventually. And then, like, you know, 10 seconds after I'd say that, I see in chat, Steam! The humble delay. Boy, if only there was some way that I could, like, not tell what my chat is trying to say to me. I can't actually see that. I could hear the notification, but due to this game being, like, hard full screen and, like, completely temporarily completely messing up the, aspect ratio of the entire monitor. Not aspect ratio. I guess aspect ratio? You know what I mean. Resolution, that's the word. I just can't see it. I did not mean to grab shovel. I was looking away. I didn't even mean to do that. I was trying to grab, like, sun and stuff. I need to lock in. Hang on. I know you're not half the wave. There's just a super long delay right now. There's no way that's the only reason. Okay, well, I saved the wrong lane for jalapeno. I guess there was a bucket in there. I'm sorry, what? How is this cone head alive? Is Torchwood worth using? You know what? I don't care about the actual quality of this run anymore. I'm just going to use it anyway. I almost didn't bring pea shooter. Shoot. Hang on. I take it back. Yeah, no, yeah. I'm going to go on my phone at the same time as streaming Plants vs. Zombies 2 speedrun. I'm going to perform the incredible art of trying to check my Steam notifications. I don't know how to check on here. Hang on. Someone I don't recognize sent me a friend request on Discord. This is not even related. It's just a coincidental timing. Brain. If torch. Wait. Zombie, unique zombie death animation. That's so awesome. Maybe I deserved third place in the Plants vs. Zombies 2 speedrun challenge thing that I hosted myself. I don't know if that chomper will be off cooldown. New Super Mario Bros. Collection tomorrow? Sure, yep, that's true. I'm sorry, is this guy his own wave? I thought he was part of the Cunhead. I'm very annoyed. I'm just gonna kill you instantly, I don't care. I probably should have had a better defense for that, but it's fine. Okay, that only got one of them. I meant to get both. Wouldn't it be funny if you just lost on last level and stream there? No. Maybe, I don't know. Oh wait, I should have let him activate it. I'm stupid. Just take a couple. Yeah, next time a dolphin spawns in, I'm just gonna like let him kill me. Or try to kill me. And I was so right to do that. Dang it. Diamond. Two more levels, and then I'm ending stream. I actually quite like Torchwood there. Actually, no, I didn't. Actually, you know what? No, screw Pea Shooter. That was stupid. Like, even for the bit, that was stupid. Cherry Bomb does seem better than Jalapeno. Is anything I could... That's right, I was just supposed to try to check Steam notifications. I have a new inventory item. Oh, come... No one sent that to me, that was unrelated. A friend request from someone back in July 28th, and I don't recognize their username. I don't know. You two-sided chat is just like random questions and emoji chains. Yeah. I'll just check the message after I'm done playing the game, but like before I end stream. I'd just be better off letting him die. You realizing you have the power to make Steam notifications sound on stream? If you continue to do that, I will just mute them. It's the same situation as Creeps. I noticed that during one of Creeps 20 streams, which, in a certain way, that you can look at it, is much more significant power. Is this zombie part of his own wave? Am I supposed to kill him now? Or is it because it's part of the huge wave? I don't freaking know how it works. I feel like there's only a long delay with the huge waves. I'm just gonna use this time to build more. If you like fast forward on YouTube, you should have less delay. Like use the ×2 speed up thing. That should help most of it. Okay, we're here. We're sitting in the car. backwards chomper. Okay, so that guy's definitely in the wave that had the bucket head. Yup. Yeah, I needed that cone head dead. Also, I do need this guy dead. I should have put the torchwood in lane 5 more up so I can have more pea shooters behind it. It's alright. I swear, sometimes it feels like the zombie is part of his own wave, like that one was. I mean, near instant isn't gonna happen. That's just how it is. Said it made it better. Not perfect. Okay, Squash, thank you. Tyler, are you a baby or an idiot baby? Neither. It's just a fact. Okay, at this point, most of my issues are coming from, like, the pool lanes, which is surprising. Oh, okay, thank you. No problem. Happy to help. Up. Are we kidding? Why is it? All right. That wasn't the final level. I'm actually stupid. Wait, which one's the unpause button? It's this one. Might be this one. There we go. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot about 2-10. Finally, 3 Peter. I love 3 Peter's design, by the way. Okay, 3-10. Whatever. Basically the same thing. Yeah, so in my free time, I'll watch some actually good speedrun, yeah, actually good speedruns. PvZ2's art style is very good, I agree. I can't really, strongly decide which art style I prefer. I think I kind of just like this style of PvZ1's more. But I don't even think that's out of, oh, I think it's better done. I think I just like it more. I think there's certain things, I guess, are better done. I think I prefer the way 3Peter looks a bit different than just 3P shooters. I guess I prefer, actually, I can't think of anything else where I feel that way. Like, that same way. I think, I'm not saying that PvZ1's art style is better. I'm saying I prefer it more. Two very different things. 3Peter and Neighborhood Defense. I have not played Neighborhood Defense yet. I really should. All good, 12 times 12 times 12? Is something wrong? How is this one of my most viewed streams? That, besides that one that got, rated. In terms of non-collaborative streams, this is up there for, highest average. How? This... okay, unironically, and you guys can be honest, have you been enjoying the stream? I mean, I'd imagine so, since you're here. It's probably, a lot of lurking, which is not a bad thing. I actually really like the idea of my streams being background noise. I also don't, literally don't know how to make this faster. Which stream got rated? The Deltarune Chapter 3 stream got rated by a guy I used to watch quite often, who I think is about to quit streaming. I don't remember what the reason is. I'll check on that later, but a guy named Poison type rated me with 60 people. And sure, about half of them left, but that still left me with 30. I was not upset by it. That was, awesome. I was super appreciative. Thank you, Gamer King, for the raid, 2 hours ago. I wasn't saying that I thought the stream, that I'm surprised by the stream's, viewer count necessarily just from, the game I'm playing. More so the fact that what I'm doing is that I started doing a speedrun with no promise of me even beating the game.
What have you done?
Jesus Christ.
I was literally taking care of it!
That never scares me. Thank you for the follow. I'll check who that was. Thank you. That never scares me. Or I wouldn't say never. It doesn't usually scare me, at least as much as that one did. For some reason, I guess it's because it's been so quiet and calm. What was my point? Yeah, this stream, it's funny, because some streams I'll do okay, here's my goal, here's the game I want to play, here's my goal, and it'll just be me playing the game normally. This one is literally okay, so forget everything I've ever done on the channel, I'm actually doing a speedrun now? So, which I have never done. Ever. And it's not even a good speedrun is the funny thing. I mean, I guess I can see the appeal. I'm not trying to degrade my own stream, nor am I trying to brag about it. I'm kind of just trying to... I like to know my own value in what I am uploading. The Fog Man. Anyway, what did you DM me? By the way, I did not delete my save file for the sake of this stream. I simply made a new one because PvZ1 lets you do that. Ho ho ho! That's what you DM'd me. That was what. Alright, awesome. And someone sent me a friend request for some reason. I have no idea why or who. No mutual friends, one mutual server. I'm not going to say who they are. Yeah, that might be a bot. I actually think that is a, like, straight up, I think I just got a friend request from a bot. Hang on, I'm gonna... That is a bot. They haven't sent a single message in a single mutual server that I have with them, and I have not interacted with them through any means. Anyway. Good thing you told you that before time ran out. Huh. Oh, it's P for P. Apparently once got around 4 hours. That's cool. Anyway, this was a practice thing without me researching. I might do another thing like this, but with like actual research where I'll actually lock in and it won't be late at night. Also, that's another thing. Most of my streams are not this late at night. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Actually, I'm gonna real quick scroll up through chat just to like mostly the start. Hang on. Congratulations, your stream reached 100 messages. Just congratulations, your stream reached 100 messages. How many times is... What? Why does it say that so many times? Jesus Christ. What? Hang on, did that show on stream? Apparently Restream.io had a stroke. And that actually, like, covers up a lot of this. Okay. Oh yeah, moving zombies. Fusion's too complicated. It's not that complicated. Right, the microtransactions. Odyssey mode. Half an hour on a single iZombie level. DS Sprite. This is a new game from what I think. Would you do 1 or 2 minigames to get more money to unlock the special plants earlier? Maybe? Probably. Be an option to buy coins since PvZ1 is somewhat grindy. Maybe. If that's the case, I wouldn't really mind that much because I don't mind grinding the coins. I think I've heard some people say that like skins should be locked behind the Tree of Wisdom, which I agree with. I like Pokemon Unite. I play a lot of Pokemon Unite. Yeah, you could just save up. Like, it's a free game. if I spend $15 on Pokemon Unite because I really want to, then like with the amount of time I put into the game, I can almost just treat it like I spent $15 on a game, and it would unironically be worth it in that way. But that is also a weird way of looking at it. Doesn't justify the price. PvZ1 console edition. Mobile version sucks. HD is like the only reason. Franchise needs a win. DLC is a good survival mode. That's true. One night endless. That's in. Who would pay $20 over PvZ? I am not going to try to change anyone's mind over PvZ DLC. I am not. That was not what I was trying to do. Was it $20 back then? Deltron's Peak. Died for around 40 minutes. What? Oh yeah, the ads PvZ2 sucks. Grape Shot in Jurassic Marsh. That's true. Sorry, if you leave, I could do a raid actually if the people on YouTube want to go over to Twitch. Hurricane was only Zagimium. Okay, maybe I was wrong. PvZ3 sucks. Swedish Dwarf did announce his departure. Never noticed that Theo was here. Green Told Box question mark is a guy I know in real life. Never noticed that he was here. That's funny. Let's forget about Plants vs. Zombies, which is the game that I was playing, and talk about when are you going to play PvZ DLC. I don't freaking know. At some point. I have not been as motivated to stream as often. I'm looking this up real quick. I'm going on the PvZ wiki. Is Problem Potato my... Sorry, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom of chat immediately after this. Because this is about the point when, like... when, like, I stopped being so far behind. Shadow plants are interesting but flawed. Yes, I agree. Shadow Stream was still, like, busted for his own reasons. Yeah, bust when put alongside Disc Lava really, like, says anything. Yeah, slapping him longer makes money. That's cool. Yeah. Okay. Scrolling back down so I can see the new stuff. Restream is being a little silly. That's true. Hang on, I'm going to close this so that I don't accidentally mess it up. What was I looking up? Right. Problem Potato Mine. I think 12 times 12 times 12 happens to leave right as I look up the cost. It's 50. I was right. Oh, this was categorized under PvZ2 because I forgot to change the category from last stream. Alright. Anyway. Yeah, I can try to do a raid, but only if... I mean, if nobody moves over to the Twitch stream, it would be 2 people. And there's surprisingly few people on the... Or a lot of people. I forgot to say thank you, Cyberbond, for following, and thank you, Osus, for following. Thank you both. Raid channel. Following. I'll just go with this one. Alright. I'm about to raid him. That's fair. Have a good one. But I am going to raid this person.